Hi, Christine here today for Trinity Stamps with a slider card and more discussion about the Slimline Surprises die set. So here are the dies for the Slimline Surprises die set. There are 5 dies, including 2 rip strips, which I'm holding right here, one for an A2 size and one for a slimline, then a tag topper die, and then the main mechanism, which is this slider portion that allows a tent-like structure to be made out of a slimline card. So I'm first going to talk about the tag topper. So here I have a slimline panel and a slimline card base. They are 8.5 inches by 3.5 inches. And the tag topper fits perfectly on a slimline card panel. In fact, you can even use a larger size than a slimline card panel if you wanted, or much smaller, as you'll see later in the video. So here I've gone ahead and die cut, and you'll see it just makes the top part of the tag. And I have one right next to it that I had made previously. There are a lot of uses for these tags. It's really handy. They fit perfectly on a slimline card base, as shown, but they also would be really nice for other kinds of projects, like a tag scrapbook. So you can put just a ring on top of, connect all your tags together and make like a December daily album out of tags. That would be super fun. So what I'm doing instead now is I'm going to show how the rip strips work. So I've made a smaller tag out of another die that's included in the die set, and then the tag topper. Here's the slimline size rip strip, and it's actually it's larger than the slimline size, but that's fine. All you have to make sure is that you include the beginning part of the rip strip, which is a larger portion that you would grab onto, and the rest of the die, it doesn't matter if it fits or not. You just kind of let it overhang the rest of whatever you're cutting out, and it will not affect it because it's a repeating cut that's made. So here I've die cut it in here, and I've turned it over, and I've added double-sided adhesive all around. So here's and I'm going to add it now to a slimline card base. So you want to add adhesive all around so that whatever item you're putting in there is secure until the recipient gets it and rips the strip open and retrieves the item. So I've put a Starbucks gift card in there, and I'm just simply removing the adhesive strips so that the gift card is contained and won't move around. And the smaller rip strip is for an A2 card base, so you can, and you don't have to use the tag die. You can just make a, small panel, use the rip strip, and whatever you have in there is contained. So as you can see, it's definitely contained in here. I had the most success with 80-pound cardstock. 110-pound cardstock I have found doesn't work quite as well. So here I have 80-pound cardstock, and I'm slowly ripping open. This is just for demonstrative purposes. I'm obviously not going to send this to anybody. I'm slowly ripping open this component. And I pulled a little too fast. I got a little impatient and pulled a little too fast in a moment. So you can see I just pulled it off, but clearly the recipient can get it out, and there's your gift card. So a lot of fun to add to a card or any other project. So here is the main mechanism to make like a tent-like fold that slides up. So there is a tab portion, which I've just removed the die from, and this is the main slider mechanism, which I've die cut both out of 110-pound cardstock as well as a small piece of acetate on the top, which you'll see more of. So I've added double-sided adhesive. So there's only one way, one portion that you're going to adhere between the tab and this main mechanism, which is the part I've just removed right now. Just this very bottom part is the only part you're going to adhere the pull tab to on the card. No other, you're not going to adhere to any part of the card. Now that main slider mechanism, as I'll show in a moment, you will adhere. But here, so here the main mechanism is complete just like that. And obviously it'll provide more stability when you adhere to a card panel. And here I'm just enabling, I'm doing the folds that are scored in there to just enable it to move so you can see it move in a moment. And I've added acetate to the top so that my design can continue on the top and can be seen by the recipient. So when you pull it, and that's the whole mechanism. So it's very easy and a lot of fun. So now I flipped it over the tab. So the tab is on the bottom, the pull tab, and the main slide mechanism is on top. So on the main slide mechanism, you are going to want to put double-sided tape only in certain areas. So right on the two sides at the very end of both sides, so it doesn't interfere with the pull tab going up and down, and then at the very bottom of the entire mechanism, which I'm doing right now. And you want no adhesive on the top, otherwise your mechanism will not work. So that is it. So there's actually very little adhering that takes place for this mechanism to work, and it really is super fun. So I prepared it there to adhere to a card panel, which I have right here. And there are so many things that you can do with this slider card. You can hide a gift card. With this larger slimline size, you can also hide a photo. So you can make a Christmas card and put your family photo hidden, that when the recipient pulls up the tab, that it'll be displayed. So there's just so many fun things you can do with this type of card. And I just love the slimline version. It's just quite magnificent when it's pulled up and displayed. So here I'm just adhering it to the card base. And removing the release paper. From only the three sides that get adhered. Again, the top does not. So here I've already Copic colored off screen all my items from the Bunny, Burrow, and Winter Burrow die set. And I use W0 and W3 for the bunny. The hedgehog, I use numerous E markers, so E57, 37. I've also taken some cardstock and die cut the main mechanism panel from the Slimline Pattern Paper Winter Hues paper collection, as well as some glitter cardstock. These are the markers that I use to color most of the house and the tree trunk. I used all of these greens to color the trees. And again, just use what you have. That's what I do. I have limited Copic markers, so I will just use what I have until I get the result that I like. So for all the red items, I used 2 red Copic markers. So you only want to adhere items to the bottom panel, as I'm showing right here, not to the top sliding panel, except the acetate, which is adhered only to the bottom panel, because otherwise your mechanism won't work. So I've sped up the video here, and here is the final project. I hope you like it, and here it is when it's pulled up and shown in all its glory. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful, and have a wonderful crafty day. Thanks for watching.